All right, all right, all right, all right. Great grand rising to the royal family. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, please drop a 111 chat. Let me know. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, please drop a 111 in the chat. All right, all right, all right. I see those ones. I see those ones. I see those ones. We are live. All right, all right, all right, all right. Great grand rising to the royal family. And I'm getting an echo. All right, great. Wonderful. So you guys are hearing me loud and clear. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What's going on, family? For those of you who are on the tube, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Good morning, good evening, good night, depending on where you are dialing in from, depending on where you are joining us from, depending on whatever time you're joining us. Because we are live on YouTube, you could be watching this live or you could be watching this a year from now. Whatever the case may be, welcome. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Mark with a C, Blake, and I am your humble servant trader here on Profits Before Sunrise, where we take only the highest probability trade ideas, executing them with discipline, patience, and consistency. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a beautiful day. We kick-started the week yesterday, starting with Profits Before Sunrise with some amazing trade opportunities. And we are entrusting ourselves with the greatest responsibility there is. That is to go into the market and make sound investment decisions. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do not want anyone here, and please understand that this information that we are sharing is for educational purposes only and should not be used as investment advice. All right. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be trading a style of trading known as binary trading. Binary trading, ladies and gentlemen, is based on time. It's based on time. It's not based on position. It's not based on you getting into the market and saying, oh, I want to go from here to here for a specific amount of pips. We're going in this morning for a specific amount of time. So timing is critical. It's crucial. You have to be precise. Your entries this morning, you will see, based on the strategy that we have, we've developed a strategy by the name of Ready, Set, Go. And it's an amazing but yet very simple and straightforward strategy. So if you've not already done so, please do go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you like the information that is being shared, if you find it of value somehow, go ahead and click the like button. And if you dislike the information, hit the dislike button as well. Either way, it does help the channel out to get into the algorithms when you do so. And the truth is, I would like a lot of people to actually learn what it is that we're doing because it can bring a level of financial freedom. So we kickstart by looking at the fundamentals of the market. Silence that. We're looking at the fundamentals of the market using forexfactory.com. And when you get started with forexfactory.com, ladies and gentlemen, you want to ensure that you are on the right day. Far too often sometimes, we get here and you could have had it open before and you're on, let's say, April the 16th, yesterday, and you're looking at the news from yesterday, you totally missed something. Has happened to me before. So always refresh and ensure that you're looking at the current date. The time now is 10 minutes after 5. I'm not seeing any red folders that can affect us, that would affect us in the market. See, red folders mean that there's major news going on. The major news today is at 1 o'clock a.m. That's already gone. 11 o'clock a.m. for GBP, and then 8:30 p.m. for AUD. Not really seeing much of anything else. We have an IMF meeting today, all day today. It's day 3. So that's about it for the news. Okay. We like to then switch our focus over to the currency strength meter. And again, refresh. You can see how that just literally changed. We're looking at the currency strength meter to identify the strength of the currencies. So for example, Euro USD, a currency pair that we love to trade along with Euro JPY are both very bullish this morning. Just from what I'm seeing on the currency strength chart. Not to say it is bullish, because we will find out when we get to the charts. But so far, the currency strength meter is saying Euro USD is bullish. Why? Because we have 6 bars for Euro and 1 bar for USD. 6 bars for Euro and 1 bar for USD. What does that mean, Mark? Well, it means that if the Euro is stronger, if the first currency in the pair, because a pair means you're putting 2 currencies together. So if we're looking at the Euro against the US dollar, the Euro is stronger. Therefore, it will be going up. Technically, we'll have to explain why that is when we get to the chart and we're looking at the X and the Y axis. Okay, so we're seeing Euro USD and Euro JPY as what we call a bullish market, means you're going up. USD JPY is also another interesting condition of the market where you're not trending up, you're not moving up, but more so you'd be moving sideways. Why? Because they're both at 1 bar, which indicates to us that there is indecision there. It means that the US dollar is not stronger than the JPY, JPY not stronger than the US dollar, so you're not going up or down, you're going sideways. Okay. So what you want to do is make a note of that. Make a note of that, noting that Euro JPY should be going up, Euro USD should be going up, USD JPY should be neutral. And if you want to throw another pair in like GBP JPY, that too should be going up, but it has a red arrow. That red arrow is indicating that it could be losing strength. It could be weakening. So the momentum that it would have to go up could be dying, could be getting weaker. Let's see if this is all true by heading over to the chart itself. And that will tell the true story. Now, what we use to identify our underlying assets that we're trading is a program by the name of TradingView. The TradingView is a free program that you can use, and it is designed for you to be able to analyze any different asset that is out there, from stocks to crypto to Forex to commodities to precious metals to whole indices, whole economies. I mean, you can literally look at everything here. So I love it. All right. So let's get started by looking at Euro USD and Euro JPY, both of which should be pushing to the upside. All right, these are based on our movements from yesterday. And as you guys can see, this Euro USD just absolutely did its job, doing exactly as planned, breaking the high, retesting and pushing right up. Fantastic. So let's get over to where we are today, right now. What you're looking at, guys, these green and red things on the screen, they're known as candlesticks. And these candlesticks represent the movement of price over time. And what we have recognized is that there is a certain pattern that repeats itself over and over and over and over again. It is our job to identify the patterns, predict the movement of the market, and then capitalize on it by entering a position in that direction. So again, Euro USD should be moving upwards. And it was moving upwards until it started moving sideways here. So it moved up here. So in general, we're moving up. Check this out. From here to here is an upward movement, right? Notice that it hit that trend line there and it came back again here and then it came back again here, right? So we are moving upwards on this trend line, but I want to identify where the next move is. So my next move would come from the market moving above this area and then giving us what we call a retest. So moving up on this area, coming back down to retest it, and then moving back up again, much like it did right here. That was the high. Notice it came up, faked out, then it broke up. Same here, came down, faked out once, faked out twice, we could break above. Once we broke above here, we came back down, retested the same area. This happens over and over and over and over again in the market. But don't be fooled for a second that it must do that, because price could very well fall, breaking that area, retesting it, and going back down. So somebody says, Mark, how do we know which one is going to do? You don't. That's the beauty of this thing. You have to be able to analyze, identify, predict, make a decision, and then execute your trade, right? So we are going up only because it was already going up. And we assume it will continue to do so unless it gives us a reason to believe otherwise, which is to break below this area. Okay? So for now, we're kind of moving sideways. We need to now wait for this trade idea to develop to see if we can potentially take this opportunity for a buy. So herein ends our analysis really quickly on Euro USD. All right? Very simple, very straightforward, very quick and to the point. All right? Not a whole lot of fluff, not a whole lot of the market is doing this, that, and the other thing. That's just what it is. All right? It is what it is. So we saw that the price gave us a double bottom here, reversed, and now we are here. Okay? So we wait for this to happen to see if we can get. Oh, by the way, let me also add, there is another move that I forgot to tell you guys about. That is the market coming back down to here and pushing back up. Okay? That's also a probability that the market could continue to fall, check back this level once more, and then push up. All right? All right, perfect. Let's look at Euro JPY. All right, so Euro JPY, as we can see, is also following our analysis of the whether it's moving up or down. You guys can see that is moving up as well. And we are currently at this high right now. We broke through it. We came back, we retested it, and we already got a move to the upside. So this has already pushed up, respecting the level right now. You can see how it broke the high, came back down, respected this area, which is known as our resistance area, acting as a support, and now pushing price back up. So this too may not give us a move right away. We'll just have to continue to monitor this one to see if it will give us anything this morning. USD JPY, as you guys can remember, was the one that was moving sideways. Okay. If I click on USD JPY, I'm going to find that it's indeed moving sideways. Where and how is it moving sideways? Can you guys identify that? Well, here's the floor. Here's the ceiling. And for those of you who are not new to trading, these terminologies won't be new to you. But for those of you who are new, if you would like to learn more about what we're doing, if you'd like to learn more about trading, we do have an academy known as Beyond the Charts, where we go beyond the charts. We deal with more than just technical analysis. It is a mentorship program designed to help you become a profitable trader by also ensuring that you have the correct mindset. Because we do believe that mindset is, is probably 90% of the game of you becoming a high probability trader. Okay. So in addition to your technical analysis and technical skills, you need to have the correct mindset. Okay. I can't tell you how many people have gotten started to only stop because they have the incorrect mindset. So we're not looking to educate people who have the incorrect mindset, or maybe you need to be educated so you can understand that you have the incorrect mindset. But we're looking for individuals who have discipline, who can display patience, who can be consistent. These are some of the qualities that you need to be successful in life, period. If you have a get rich quick mentality, this is not for you. Trust me, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled thinking you can come in here and just make 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 quick. Hey, you can, but will it be consistent? Will it be consistent if you have a get rich quick mentality? Will you be able to come here, risk little, and make a whole lot without discipline, patience, and consistency? You lose a whole lot, I can tell you that. And you will, especially if you don't have the correct mindset. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's definitely something that I look forward to each and every single day, is sharing this opportunity with so many different individuals who are just hungry for a chance, who are eager for a chance to free themselves of financial slavery. All right. So in a consolidated market, as you guys can see, we're literally moving sideways. This is the high, this is the low, this is the area of resistance, this is the area of support, this is the ceiling, this is the floor, whichever you want to call it. What this is showing you is that the price has a range, and it will continue in this range until it A, breaks out to the upside, B, breaks out to the downside, C, pushes back up in the range after it comes down to the floor, or D, pushes back down after it gets to the high of the range. And somebody is saying, but Mark, how do you know which one? You don't. Again, you don't. You make the decision what to do based on your trading plan, based on how you have predetermined how to take this trade. You don't figure that out in the moment. You figure that out prior to getting in the market. That's with a trading plan. So what I'm going to do here, guys, because we've been in an uptrend, you see, my bias would be to continue going up because we were in an uptrend. We started to move sideways, and it's not just here that we started. We actually started from all the way over here, moving sideways. You can see it. This, you can see we're moving up, breaking and retesting and breaking and retesting, right? So you can see right here, if I dropped a line if I dropped a line here, this is where it started. Starting of the trend, it broke, it retest, created another high, it broke, it retest, created another high, it broke, it retest. You saw that? Okay. So now it's just moving sideways. No more breaks, guys, and no more retests. When it got to this high, that was it. It stopped doing that move to the upside. So it's moving sideways. All right. Hope you guys get that. All right, great. So now we know UJ is moving sideways. We can leave this alone and move on to the next currency pair. So let's look at GJ real quick. Again, massive movement to the upside, very bullish. I know we had some news on GJ yesterday causing this massive momentum, this massive push up. All right. And now that we've pushed up, we've pulled back. This is also known as what we call the retracement. All right. The market pushes up, it retraces. It never moves in one direction. It's always going up and down, ebbs and flows. And now we are moving sideways. All right. So we have to wait again to see if we're going to get any sort of movement on the GJ to continue moving to the upside. And again, once we're in this range, boom, can go up, can come here, hit it, go back down, or we can, oh, 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 or we can break out to the upside or break out to the downside. All right, so that would be the downside. This would be a breakout to the upside. And if you guys have not already done so, feel free to check out all our live calls. I've rarely been posting just videos. We've been doing a lot of live calls every single Wednesday. So if you happen to stumble on this channel, go ahead and turn on your notification so that you can be notified when we do go live again. All right. You might miss my notification that we're going live. All right. I'm also going to drop in the comment section below a link where you can join our Telegram group as well. We have a Telegram group that I'm going to be building out. I'm going to start sharing more information in there as well. So you can feel free to join our channel free of cost, guys. I'm going to be dropping some information in there from time to time so you guys can stay updated with what's going on with Beyond the Charts. Okay. So we're looking to see if the market is going to push back up. The very first movement I'm looking for right now is this one, is the one off the floor and back up. So we wait for that. Now with AUD USD, let's double check the currency strength meter and see what was going on there. Let me move this over here. Let's close that out. Let's put this over here. All right, so refresh the currency strength meter, and we can see AUD is very strong. JPY is very weak. USD is also very weak. So we know we have heavy momentum to the upside on AUD USD and AUD JPY. Now, where would be a good place to take this trade? Well, let's take a look at it. We have a high here. Oh, let me delete everything first. We have a high here. We have a floor here. We also have a floor here. We also have a high here. So we have a high within a high, a low within a low. So we're making lower highs. This one is a higher high. We're making higher lows. So we're somewhat forming a triangle here. Okay. I'll show you from here down and here. All right. So we're somewhat forming a triangle. So guys, this is also what we call market structure. There are certain patterns that repeat themselves on the market that's not dealing directly with the candlestick, but the shapes that it makes based on the highs and the lows of the market. So this, for example, is what we call a triangle, okay? And usually there is a predetermined way that we move outside of this triangle, all right? So let us see if we're going to actually get that movement to the upside based on where we are now. We could actually respect that trend line, or we could fall all the way down to here and push back up. All right, and we are already getting a move to the upside. This price pushed up, failed at that level, came back down to this level, pretty close to it, and then pushed right back on up. Don't have a move on AUD USD right now, so I'm going to switch on over to AUD JPY. By the way, AUD USD could also break above, retest, and keep going. Okay, let's look at AJ. All right, so AJ is looking like it's looking. Let's go ahead and delete everything. And let's see what it's doing. Again, pushing up, as you guys can see, it is making higher highs and higher lows. If you do not understand what I mean when I say higher highs and higher low, go ahead and check out my market structure video. It should be the very first pinned video on the channel. Market structure is key, guys. Key to understanding what these markets are doing. So you had a high here, you had a low here. This is known as a high and a low. You made another high here. This is a higher high. You made another higher low here, another low, which is a higher low. Failed to break and create another higher high, but did so here, and then created also a higher low here. And as you can see, the market simply came, broke this area, broke it right here, came back down, retested it, and gave us a move to the upside. I can see some of my students already clearing AJ to the upside. All right, so yeah, so we got here at 525. That was the move for AJ. All right, some of the students already cleared that opportunity to the upside. All right, so our next trade idea on AJ will be when the market pushes up from here, breaks out of this area, retests it, and then pushes up. All right, so we got GJ making up some noise to let us know that there's a possibility for it to move up. It's pushing down in the zone right now. So let us keep our eyes on that. Let's keep our eyes on that. Time now is 5:34. Next opportunity will be at 5:35 or 5:40. All right. So let's move GJ up to the list, top of the list, and let's start cycling back through our pairs to see if there's anything that's setting up. All right, so let's look at EU. All right, so EU is actually pushing up from here. We had a floor here. All right, came down, pushing up off of that. So it did not make it all the way down to here. It came right here, pushed right back up off of it. Awesome. Notice, guys, that we did not get an alert on the RSI. That's because it did not go into oversold territory. All right, and our strategy requires for it to do so. So we continue to wait for that to happen. Let's look at EJ. All right, so we have EJ doing the very same thing that we needed her to do. See there, she had a break above, retest, and pushed up. And as you guys can see, she pushed up off the 50% line on the RSI. So that's where she had her move just now. So we had the break above, the retest, just like we had predicted, and the price moved up. So somebody said, Mark, why didn't you take this trade? Because it didn't follow my strategy. See, my strategy requires for the RSI to be either overbought or oversold. We break to the upside or we break to the downside. Right here, it came in the middle and then pushed right back on up. And that respected market structure. It respected the floor, came down to the floor, pushed right back on up. Again, just as we predicted. All right. So we have some students who clear those trades because we have others who trade with their own strategy, where they trade off the 50% line. All right. So do not think, ladies and gentlemen, that you're limited to trading any which way. When you become proficient in these markets, you develop your own strategy. You take your own trades. I mean, that's the whole goal. The whole goal is for you to become what we call an independent trader, where you can see the market, see your signal, and take your trade. Because in the end, guys, trading is personal. It's all about you. All right? It's all about you. So EJ gave us a quick push up, right? And push back down, pushed up again, push right back down. And I'm not surprised that it's doing that because we have a ceiling that's right there with this wick. So we have a ceiling right here with this wick at the price 164.572. Okay. All right, so we should have been watching GJ. We can see that it is still pushing down. It's in the zone. As you can see, it's pushing below the 30% line on the RSI. So we're really looking good for an opportunity to buy the market up. Now, again, if you are not comfortable taking consolidated trades, I would suggest that you don't. You do what makes you feel comfortable. All right. Time now is 5:38. So we're looking to see what happens at the 5:40 time frame. GBP is again losing strength, has a red arrow, but it's stronger than the Japanese yen. So let's see what happens at the floor right here. Let me look to the left to see if we can get anything else right. We have some imbalance in this candlestick right here. Somebody says, Mark, what's imbalance? We can't go into that right now. Okay, guys, you'd have to join up with us on Beyond the Chart so we can go more in depth on a one-on-one with you looking at these markets. Okay. So we're waiting for the price to push up. And when we do this, when I'm looking for my entry, I usually use two windows. I use two windows on two time frames. Somebody said, Mark, what do you mean by two time frames? I thought we were just looking at one. Well, the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, these candlesticks, they represent the movement of price over time. So this chart, if you can see in the background right over here, this is a 5-minute chart. If you want to know what time frame I'm on, just look up here. We look at the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15, the hourly, the daily, the weekly. It's up here. So each one of these candlesticks represent 5 minutes of price movement, where there is a start and a finish. While on the other hand, over here, this 1 minute chart is telling me that for every minute, these candlesticks are representing the movement of price for every minute. So it's now 5:40. We've just now started a new 5-minute candle. I'm going to go ahead and select GBP JPY on my broker. I'm going to ensure the amount of money that I want to trade is correct. And then I'm going to wait for the opportunity to place my trade at what we call I should say, the convincing candle. The convincing candle, ladies and gentlemen, is a part of the strategy to help you execute and make that decision, right? For you to decide and execute. So what we're waiting on is the 58th second. We're waiting for this 1 minute candle to end. And when it ends, we want to see it end in the direction that we want to take the trade. As you can see, it's currently red right now. We need it to be green. All right. So that was the 58 second. As you can see, that candle ended and next candle just begun. And so because we did not get the move, I have to refresh my 3 minutes to ensure I am going to stay in this trade for only 3 minutes. Okay. The 5 minute is oversold and looking like it's pushing up. The 1 minute is oversold and looking like it's pushing up. So this is a very good opportunity now for me to get involved in the market. But again, patience. I have to wait for the ideal time to do so. So we wait again for this candle to close. Right before it closes, we'll pull the trigger to get into that trade. I hope you guys are following. So we're at the 54 second right now, 57, 58. Look, that candle just ended and next one will begin. So you would have gotten in on the ending of this candle, but the starting of the next candle, okay? So if you entered this trade correctly, you should have entered at 192.669 or somewhere thereabout, depending on how accurate your fingers were working with your brain. All right. Again, it's easier for you to execute if you've made a decision. If you've not made a decision and you're indecisive, then your entry could be off. If you've not predicted accurately and you're still thinking as to where it can go, then your entry might be off. If you've not identified the trade setup, then your entry could be off. You see, either way, guys, within your mind, you need to be content with whichever way you're actually going to execute or whichever way you're going to get into the market, if you understand my point. You have to make that prediction. You have to identify your trade idea. You have to make your prediction. You have to decide, and then you have to execute, right or wrong. It doesn't matter. Follow your trading plan. All right. So with that being said, this has given me the opportunity to show you guys the next part of the strategy. So anytime the price is moving, when I say moving stubborn and not moving in the direction that it should, I usually look for what is known as a double up. What is a double up? It means that I may need to take a second entry to get a better entry to possibly take this trade and win it. So I'm going to double my amount that I have into the market, and I'm going to actually go in again at a lower price. So price is here right now. We got in at 192.669. Because we're actually below that price and dropping, we could actually get another better entry, right? So we wait for that just before the candlestick, just before our trade opportunity of 3 minutes closes, which is coming up pretty soon. In 3, 2, 1. So that would be an ideal place to double up. Well, not ideal. The best place to double up would have been in this area here, in this range, right there. All right. So as you can see, price is actually dropping even further, which simply means that it's not ready to move up as yet. All right. So we could take an L on this. And if we do, no problem. We just wait for another opportunity. All right. It means that it's not ready to push up as yet. And there you go. So it fell below. This is an example of how you could potentially lose a trade if it is that price doesn't immediately move up from where you are and stay above where you are. And remember, this is also a 3-minute trade, which means that you're only in the market for 3 minutes. So this was your first minute, this was your second, this was your third, and you closed right here. Okay? You closed right there. So that would have been a loss of 3% for me. And I simply just wait for another opportunity. Okay? Let's see if price is going to actually push up from wherever it's going to push up from. The fact that it broke below here is telling me that it could potentially want to fall some more, or it just fell right below the floor, which it does sometimes. It does. All right, so let's wait to see if that's going to give us any form of a move to the upside. Time now is 5:46. That would have been your second entry. I was walking you guys through the double up, so I totally missed that. So three minutes. All right, so I literally got a doji right there. Got a doji. I actually got a doji on GBP JPY. I did not have a candlestick like this. I got a doji. So my second opportunity would have been to enter the market here on the closing of that candlestick to see if price is going to push up. And I went in for 3% right here. Okay. All right. So let's continue to, whoa. See that move, guys? You see how violently she's trying to push out of here? All right. That's her responding to the floor right now. So she gave us this drop. Now she's pushing up. Let's see if she's actually gonna make it back up. That will pretty much put me at close to break even if that wins. Let's keep on scrolling. So Euro USD is giving us yet another move off the floor. As you guys can see, it moved at 540. That would have been a good trade had it given us a signal. It did not give us a signal because look, the RSI did not give us a move to the downside at the 30% line. It didn't. So I would not have gotten that signal to get into this trade. But it did come back down. It did respect the floor like it did previously and pushed up. Let's look at EJ. All right, EJ is once again respecting the 50. So it pushed up, respected, pushed up, came back down, respected, and is pushing up again. Back at that high that I told you could give it some resistance. So it's back at that high again. Let's watch and see how she operates past that area. And this too would not have given us an opportunity as yet. USD JPY, let's keep cycling through. USD JPY is that consolidated currency pair that we were watching. And as you guys can see, she's made it up to the top now. And we could potentially be getting this move, which is the push back down. And again, we're only in for like one candlestick here, guys. So if you were sharp enough, you would have caught this drop if you were selling USD JPY at a high, but that's not what we teach here. So, but I know we have people who trade like that. All right, they're consolidating, so they're buying at the floor and selling at the ceiling. Okay, so that is UJ, AUD USD. We are getting another opportunity on AUD USD, ladies and gentlemen. We're there right now with a potential for a bullish move out of this zone. Okay, so look alive for you AUD USD traders. You have an opportunity right here. Okay, and AJ, you fell a little bit below. This is probably a fib move. So you guys can get ready for a fib move on AUD JPY, potential 61.8. Now GJ, guys, is about to clear for me right now. All right, so we just cleared literally. I'm not sure if you guys were able to hear my clearing on my broker screen, but it cleared. It came right back down to entry, right? But remember I said this was a doji for me. And so I could see that I can see that price has a little bit of disparity here versus what I'm seeing on my broker screen. And so this one just cleared. All right, so that's wonderful. All right, so you guys can see that we're having the reaction. It wasn't quite perfect on the money like we get sometimes, but it did fall below, slightly below the floor, pushed a little bit even further below. So we came all the way down to here. Our zone was at 12.6. What's this? Our zone was at 192.654, but it went down to 192.635. All right. So it fell a little bit below, and now she's pushing to try and get back up. All right. Cool beans, guys. So it is now 5:51. Highly doubt we're going to get any more opportunities in the market. So we got a proper move on GBP, JPY. We're in that, this was one of those consolidated moves where price pushed up. We're in an uptrend, but we're cooling off, right? After this massive momentum to the upside, we had a pullback and then another massive push to the upside. And we're now in a cooling off phase. This is the accumulation phase, consolidation. And so every time price came to this level, it pushed up. Came to this level, it pushed up. Came to this level, it pushed up. 3 times it came to that level. And on the 4th time, we attempted to push up with it, but it pushed down just a bit more. And then it's now giving slightly bullish pressure to the upside. All right. So that's it for this morning, guys. That's our move. I am 1 and 1, slightly below the target, because as you guys know, when you lose here, you lose whatever it is you had intended to lose. But when you win with a percentage. What does that mean? It means that if you are placing a trade, and I'll just finish up the session here explaining a bit more about binary, because some people are looking at this like, oh, leverage trading is about pips. It's not about time, it's about pips, and you're absolutely right. So a leverage position would be us looking at the movement from this floor up to this high for your first initial take profit. That's 16.3 pips, which simply means that if you're risking $1 per pip, it means for every pip, you're losing $1. But it also means that if it is moving in your direction, in your favor, then you're making $1 for every pip. Now, don't think that you're limited to doing $1 per pip. You can do $10 per pip. You can do 10 cents per pip. In leverage, it's all up to you. You control the leverage, right? So if this went up 16 pips and you're doing $1 a pip, you just made $16. If you're doing $10 a pip, you just made $160. All right. By the way, if you're going to be taking a binary trade, on the other hand, you're not doing pips, you're doing time, right? So you could be in for a minute, you could be in for 2 minutes, you could be in for 3 minutes, 4, 5, 10, a week, a month. The timing is up to you. But if you win, you're not winning pips. What you are getting is a fixed percentage. So my broker is paying out 88% for every winning trade. So what does that mean? It means that if you risked $1, you would make 88 cents. If you had risked $10, you would have made $8.80. Does that make sense, guys? I hope this makes sense for you. But if you lose, you're losing your full investment amount. If you lose, you're losing your full investment amount. Somebody says that's not fair. Well, life is not fair. Get over it. Right? What if you win? Think about it that way. What if you win? Apply proper risk management and apply proper money management, and you should be okay. Okay? You should be okay. All right? If you're only willing to risk 3% of your account, then if you have $10, if you have $100, then only risk $3 and be done with it. And be content that if you take an L, you're not blowing up your account. Somebody's saying, but Mark, that's risky. Well, what's risky is when you don't plan properly. All right? And if you don't plan properly in life, anything is risky. So I got an alert just now on Euro USD to tell me that she's pushing down. So we could be getting closer and closer to this floor. So an opportunity could lie here at 6 o'clock, okay? Or we could be getting a push up out of this zone also at 6 o'clock. Either one could play. Let's see which one it will be. I believe it might push down to somewhere here and then give you a move to the upside. I believe EJ also gave us a signal. So EJ is also, see what I was telling you guys about this high? See, I was telling you, wicks matter. A lot of people don't pay attention to the wicks. They only pay attention to the body of the candlestick. I don't do that because I've seen this happen time and time again where price gets up to a wick area and gets rejected. Proof is in the pudding. All right, you can see it right here. Came up, hit it, respected it, and then dropped. Okay, so that's a red flag. If you're trying to push beyond that, let's say if you're taking a leverage trade, bear that in mind, guys. This could be a resistance area as well. Okay. All right, guys, it is 5:57. I'm about to wrap this thing up. It was my plum pleasing pleasure. I had a good time. I did. I had a good time sharing this information with you guys this morning. You got some good, valuable information on this session. Power pack with information. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are serious about learning this skill, take it from me. It requires discipline, patience, and consistency. If you want to learn this skill, it takes time. My advice to you is take the time and learn it. I mean, we spend 2, 3, 4 years learning other skills, getting degrees that would ultimately aid us in our development in life. That's a skill, and it took you some time. This also is a skill that will take you some time. But the difference here is that you can work for yourself. You have time freedom. You have proximity freedom. You can do this anywhere. Once you have an internet connection, you have a cell phone or a laptop, you can do this anywhere. You could be right now in Punta Cana and be trading, making money. Your trading could be paying for your vacation, right? You could be in Mali. You could be in Negril on the white sand beaches. Once you have your laptop and you have your phone, you can make money. This is an amazing skill to learn, ladies and gentlemen. An opportunity that many of us don't get. This wasn't designed for the average person to actually get involved. This was really designed for people with deep, deep pockets. But due to the advent of technology, it's an equal playing field. Everybody gets the opportunity. And equally so, guys, everybody has the opportunity, but not everybody has the ability. Well, I should say everybody does have the ability, but not everybody exercises it. Discipline, patience, and consistency. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had just a good enough time as I did, because I did have a great time with you guys. Feel free to like this video if it is that you like it. If you don't, drop it in the comments and let me know why. If you would like to see me teach something, if you'd like me to elaborate on something that you might not be understanding, drop it in the comments below and I'll be glad to jump into that as well. Maybe on another time, maybe at another time. Maybe I'll post a video on it, who knows? But I'm not gonna know unless you comment and let me know. All right, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, to my students on the call, I see you guys winning, winning, winning. I see the gratitude. You guys are so welcome. All right, you guys are so welcome. I see the clears, I see the clears, I see the clears, 4-0, one break even, you're done. I see those clears, JJ. J-Max in Punta Cana. Let's go. Clearing trades. Let's go. All right, I see you guys clearing, clearing, clearing. Again, great grand rising to each and every single one of you. You are all welcome, to those of you who are on Zoom. And for you guys on YouTube, again, I want to say thank you for stopping on by. Go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel so you can get notified as well by hitting that bell. And with that being said, guys, may the divine forces in me greet the divine forces in you. May you all manifest each and every heart's desire. Ashe family, one love. Have an amazing rest of your day. This is your boy Mark with a C, guys. I'm out. For now, peace. I'll see you again in the charts some other time. Next week, Wednesday, 5 a.m. Be there. I'll see you in the charts. Peace.